Okay, I'm just gonna roll through everything I've done, because oh my god. Oh no, we need to get the scalpel first. Speedrun that science! Yes, I'm trying my best. Like, I'm quiet because I'm just, like, trying my best to speedrun the heck out of this. Okay, we already did that. This is very fun. And now since we're here, let's do the seeds. Oh no, not yet. Speed running. Clicking intensifies, yeah. Oh, I have to get one of the seeds in my hand. I remember it was this. Oh, okay. I did it! We're speedrunning science! Oh look, we got the thing. So we only needed the yellow one to get the thing. You know what? I didn't tell people that we were back. Give me a second. Ugh. Today's the day. Today is the day. Today is definitely a day. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I know. Uh, smashing. What was it? That's not it? What was it? Star. Okay. Sorry. We did it! I didn't wait until everyone was back because like there's still a lot of things that I have to do, so Star Sunsun, okay. Okay. Clickety clickety click 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 click. Who wanted the clickies? We playing Flappy Bird, yeah. No, we're playing the dinosaur minigame when Chrome is down. Yeah, when the internet is down. Crazy clicks per second. Cookie clicker! Okay. And now we save. We don't want to lose any more progress. They probably already invented this, but we need a turbo mouse. Oh, turbo button clickers have already existed from the N64 era, I think. Okay. We found it, and now we have to listen to everything. I'm just gonna sit down and drink water.
There's something. I guess there's. Well, one of.
Huh?
First off, we didn't even end up using this thing, did we? I was just wondering.
Replicator? Yeah. Probably copies IG, whatever that is.
Sorry, I really like this line.
Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Heck yeah, ice cream by the gallons.
Oh, good one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary who needs.
Yeah, he was right.
At any rate.
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the Sigma, the vial. I didn't really. You guys were. Was it really?
Don't do it, Sigma!
You Although I guess.
Okay, this is more or less where we were. It only took me what? Give me a second. I'm in the wrong screen. It only took me what, 9 minutes to get back here?
What are you doing?
Reading dialogue is tiring. Uh-huh.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose Ally.
Ally? Wait, is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it.
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
Damn it.
That's not fair!
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be. So, what are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick Ally?
Fine. I promise.
Sigma!
This game is about killing Dio. Yeah, I agree. Murder, murder, murder. Stab, stab, stab.
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and... well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
With one last self-satisfied chuckle, Dio strutted out of the room.
Are you really going to do what he says?
Yeah.
Sigma, you've only got one BP right now.
What? We only have one BP? I forgot about that.
If we choose Ally and he chooses Betray...
I know. I'll drop to -1 and that means I'll get penalized.
That means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quark will...
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
Why not? In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from a foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. Yeah, someone still. I like stabbing. Stabbing is just, you know, the... Punchy is fun, but stabbing is I don't know. Let's not talk about it in a public space like this. I know I started it. I know I did. Alternatively, suffocation. Oh my god. It's funny you say that because that's what happened to the last route. Alright, we don't know that penalized means dead.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
We don't know that penalized means dead yet.
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Dio. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve.
Not like he has a heart. What does he need oxygen for? I know.
I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Ugh. I glance around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. As was Fi. And of course, Clover. Where's Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I see.
How's he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
There was someone, I don't remember if it was you, Paper Star, or if it was Raptor or someone else, that was like, yeah, every time something bad happens to Dio, everyone cheers. And I'm like, yes, everyone has to cheer for something bad happening to Dio. Because, like, fuck that guy. No change then, huh?
Right.
So what was your room, Sigma?
A lab.
Is that so?
But I agree. Yeah. It is one of the people that have seen this game.
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelivir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
My eyes flicked to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Besides me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? I only shook her head. With a unison movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelivir hidden somewhere in there.
Ugh, what a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I think I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Quark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover, and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few footsteps behind. Kill him! Murder! Okay, so one of the reasons I need to explain. Okay, I need to explain. One of the reasons why the word murder is so funny for me, it's not, the action of murdering or anything like in video games, is that Otis and I work, well, Otis still works for the content department at Audible. I used to work there, and we had to listen to books to make sure that they were, didn't peak, they didn't have gaps or anything for Audible, to be sold. And he was the one that gave me the training for it. So every once in a while, we were listening to books, and it was especially British books. Okay, one of the reasons why I like stabbing. No, if I liked stabbing, I would do more cross-stitching or embroidery or stuff like that, because that's as close as you can get to that. But no. I think we mainly only did UK books, and apparently a lot of the UK books is like murdered by his wife's sister and things like that, and every once in a while the chapters were ended with murder. And I don't know if you guys know, I am actually someone that doesn't have that much energy, even though it seems like on stream, like I save my energy for when I'm around people. And working is actually very difficult for me because I'm usually around people, except now that I'm work from home, it's actually a lot more better than that. Basically what happened was that I would be falling asleep, and then a book like that was like murder, and I'd be like, murder. I would wake up, open my eyes a little bit, murder. And we would laugh so much because literally that's all I would be doing. Like, I would be falling asleep listening to books, because the thing is that I catch on really quickly. So, you know, murder. And then we were sitting, there was a point that we were sitting on the same hallway. So I would eventually go, this may or may not be photo. I forgot that there might be photographic evidence for that. But on the hallway, every once in a while where I found a book that was like murder, I would be like, hey, listen to this. And it was murder. It was, for us, it was hilarious because it was a way to spend time that otherwise would be too monotone and too lonely in a way. So every once in a while we would just like give each other the headphones, or like send each other like the cover arts and stuff like that. It was just murder all the time. It was hilarious in my opinion. I'm sorry for interrupting the video game with that, but it is a very fun memory for me. Okay then, guess we should be going too.
Hold on. Show me that journal first.
Uh,
Dio told me about it.
When?
You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language.
That's what we call getting a simple, like a flickering light, and you start cackling. Yes. Yes, it's so good though. It was like we had conversations, we had heated discussions about books. It was fun and everything. And like, we work around people that should be really into listening or reading books, but we were like, no, you see, the reason why this book is better, and so on. And everyone around us were like, what the fuck are these nerds talking about? We got so heated. It was very fun. Anyway, I'm gonna drink a little bit of water, and then we're gonna continue.
You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
We interrupted this video game to present the insight into Firi's and Nora's psychopathic minds. Yep. Yeah. One sec. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Fi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin.
Oh. Latin? You mean you can read it?
Yeah, with time and a dictionary.
So, in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly.
Oh, Fi is so sweet! I want to protect Fi. Nothing I haven't seen before in a long night of drinking. No, but this is like we were stone sober and in the middle of work. And we would just stand up from our cubicles and be like, no! This is not how it is. I remember he got very angry at me because I couldn't finish the picture of Dorian Gray. It was so boring for me though. Maybe if I borrow it and like read it, it might be better. But the narration, oh my god, it was so boring. You're afraid of seeing us too. It's fun. It's fun. We might see each other again drunk. Because the Amazon party is on the 30th, and it seems that both Corp and regular Amazon are going to the same party? And that's exciting.
This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before.
I started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Seems like everyone will be in it. But that's also because a lot of people have moved away from the capital. So, like, a lot of people are not going to be able to go. So I think they're just doing one party this year. But it depends. I might not go depending on like the vaccination requirements and stuff like that, if everyone is like has to be vaccinated, then I might go. If not, we'll just, set up another date with our other friend and we go and have ice cream or something, because that last time was a lot of fun. Then she suddenly stopped.
Wait. I can read this one. Page 216.
Okay, page 216. Where do I write this? Yeah, I'll write it. Page 216.
This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry.
Your second dose? You haven't gotten your second dose? I hope you can get it soon. Kinda screwed me over, though. But, it's very important. What's it say?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What? Why are they talking about that? Your first back in February, March? Then you should be able to get your second one. I want to get my fourth one, but it's still, here in Costa Rica, it's still not available for people that are not at risk. So, 6 months. So August, September. Well, over here it's 4 months, so
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
Okay. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing of speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to a 1 square root of 16, or approximately 1 to 0.408. No, they haven't. They haven't opened it for the general public. I don't think so. The ones, but I have to get the, not the other. Oh, okay. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds have passed in the real world, the patient infected with Radical 6 would feel as only 4 seconds had passed. This is why the virus is termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of the power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. We've seen this. We saw this in Quark specifically. And I think we saw it on someone else. We saw it on us. Yeah, in one of the endings. We saw it on us. The exact cause of this isn't clear, although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed. Many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if they were video cassette being fast forward. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of the virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. And Firi needs to drink water. Ugh. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternative means of treatment. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with constant buzzing of flies like that one of the motorcycle that is having. Yeah, that was passing right there. Ugh. I am like gross. my throat feels a little bit mucousy, so it's a little difficult for me to talk right now, and I hate it. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes it, bleh. At times their swarms are so thick that when one passes it, feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats everywhere, feeding on the dead. Oh, is this what's that game that if you kill a lot of people that you don't get the good ending because the rats overrun the city? Let me ask Ed. Ed! Ed! What's the game in which if you kill a lot of people, the rats overrun the city?
Did you mean to fully close the door?
Oh no, I thought that it was still open. What's the game that in which if you kill a lot of people, the rats overrun the city?
Dishonored.
Dishonored. Yeah, that's this game.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Plague of Tale of Innocence. No, we're talking about Dishonored because Plague of Tale of Innocence is already the plague and everything. Dishonored has two endings, basically. One ending which is considered the good ending, in which basically you kill no one, so no rats are around because this is in the time of the Black Plague and all of that. And the bad ending, in it, which is where you kill a lot of people and the rats overrun the city and everyone's dead anyway. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Ratatouille supremacy? Well, they say they cook very well, so. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Oh boy. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me.
Mm-hmm.
First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
And the old village front woman who had a shotgun among the umbrella surprise. Oh boy. What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelavir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not.
But we haven't heard of it, so why haven't we heard of it?
Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people, too.
Mm-hmm.
After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters? Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected? We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
And maybe the virus got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades.
I mean, we do have a treatment center, but I don't think they know about the treatment center yet.
While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation, but...
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the Nonara game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
I had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind.
I still blame Dio. We all blame Dio.
You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. The fun thing about Monopoly is that Monopoly was actually created to show that capitalism sucks, and then it was bought by capitalists. Anyway, man, I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Yes, Theo is at fault for crashing my computer. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal, and the thing I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Yeah, Luna, everyone is still alive. That's the good thing of this route. Everyone is still alive. Somehow. Nice red steak. Mine. And Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Accelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. Hydration! The question was then, what to do? Posture check. Okay. I'm gonna stretch a little bit. I'm gonna stretch my arms a little bit. Eesh. Eesh. Okay. Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa. Grandpa.
Grandpa. He shifted a little and then fell silent again. Yeah, his name is K, but he's also Sigma. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do. Sigma with a K. Sigma.
10 minutes until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
And Myoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out for the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. How did Sigma end up with 1 BP? Well, not quite everyone. Let's see. So we went here. Oh, someone betrayed us. I don't remember who it was. Yellow door. Oh, I didn't know that we could see how many archives we got from each one. Sorry. I'm just checking to make sure that I got everything now. I hate myself for this. Okay. Yeah, we allied and someone betrayed us, but I don't remember who it was. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Theo?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
that he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the accelerator from him by force, so he hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Theo if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
I wonder if this is a Quark ending. I really want the Quark ending. I'm so excited for it. Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, Kay's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
Ha ha ha. You needn't worry.
So this is what we sound, except mechanized. Oh my god.
I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I
Uh-huh.
apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards the baby room, as if he simply hadn't heard Fi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot towards the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AV room. Maybe he gets an electric shock for swearing? Yeah, hopefully.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses Ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up.
Yeah, I agree. She smiles too much, and that's a problem. But I'm gonna be honest, compared to what we see her in 999, I kind of prefer her smiling. You guys should really play 999. It's top, like a visual novel-wise, it's top tier game. And I mean, this is also becoming a top tier game for me too. I've been thinking that maybe I should just stream it always.
I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. This is amazing. Yes, I agree! If I had a working, totally pirate it. Well, let's see. Let's see. 999. Oh, Camilo and Selena Gomez have a song called 999. Interesting. This game is available on iOS, on Windows, on PS4, Vita, and Xbox One, and DS. So, get it on Steam. Well, that's where I'm actually playing it. I'm playing it on Steam. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get the medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelivir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is. And, talking about 999, the puzzle is actually very different from the DS game to all of the other games because of something that happens in the game.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength. My music!
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Okay, but this technically isn't from Nintendo, but we're not gonna talk about that. And for now, emulators are legal. Just saying, emulators are legal.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, we know how it ends, and we want to get
Round 2
every
of
tree,
the
so...
Ambidex game has been completed.
Well, I personally want to get every single tree here, so... you know, that's just me. So we're getting this ending.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Completionism. It's as big as my perfectionism. Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the result screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Wait. Kay overpowered Alice? Fuck. Fuck off.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Or Alice lied to us. All eyes wouldn't lie to us.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Yeah, but now Kay and Dio can flee. And technically Kay is Sigma.
What?
So...
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Socorel. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, and a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found Axelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Axelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Axelavir. That was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
The only one that we don't think, that I personally don't think is infatuated with Sigma is All Eyes. Maybe Sigma's a little young for her. Maybe. All Eyes seems like she's like in her 30s, and Sigma seems like he's in like 26? I don't know. I don't remember. Actually, you know what? I think the archive says, the more you know. No, that's not what the file, no. Yeah, probably here. Secrets. No. Well, she's All Eyes. I guess this is it. I thought Sigma was a frat boy. Yeah, but he's in his PhD, so... Also, she might be in her thousands. We don't shave age caps nowadays. I am not one to shame because my husband is 2 years younger than me. 2 years. 2 years. So, I guess this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I love that we've had almost every stream there has been a rabbit. There's Zero Junior has happened with us, has been around us. 9 minutes. Once the Soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring at me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Cut off your hand, I don't know. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. I mean, yeah, but I don't think... To be continued? But don't we know? Okay, that's stupid. Don't we know that we can... Huh. Another one of these. Which one's this one? Who planted the bomb? Okay. It's interesting that that happened, because we know that in the... the treatment center. Blue door, pressure exchange chamber. In the treatment center. Yeah, we know that in the treatment center there's the thing. Anyway, let's go see the thing that we didn't do.
What are you gonna do?
I am gonna drink some water. That gave me enough time to drink water and choose betray. Vote has been recorded. Please wait. Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it.
Yep.
And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
You gotta hydrate to betray. Yeah. No one dies. Except Kay just walks out now. I guess.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be
Young
displayed.
Justice contains hydration and betrayal? Nice.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
But Kay flees. Yeah.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
Well, we found the Excalibur. In the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he had planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up, and threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard!
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
Ugh. I've had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard! Rah! I'm not gonna roar. I let out a guttural roar and leaped forward, only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was Fi.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time
Look
for?
at the number 9 door.
Kay. Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly, we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door. Thank you, Bike. It's very much appreciated that you do that all the time. Kay, what the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing?
Oh, where's Alice? Uh-huh.
Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark.
I don't think Kay killed her. I think that she got knocked out.
He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do.
I mean, that's very fair. We don't care about Dio.
This is the most logical choice.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Oh, wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes.
There we go.
Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
Oh no.
Yep.
What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Dio charged at Kay, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game.
This ends the nunnery game,
Thank
guys.
you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Yep, this is all Dio's fault. Game over. Okay. So this leads me to this area. We got this one, we got this one, we got the death here, and the death here, and the death here. What? There isn't enough antiviral medication here? Or we can go here, and where did Alice go? There's also another possibility of going here. Solve the mystery of the two-headed lion. Two-headed lion. So, this one's A, this one's B, and this one's C. We are going to take a little 5-minute break. 5-minute break. And we're going to do a poll. No additional votes. Question. Which route? A. Can I even spell things? And by spell, I mean capitalize things. B or C? Start poll. While the poll is happening, my dudes, while the poll is happening, I am going to stretch and take a bathroom break and everything. And I'll be right back. That's why you also have my husband's really good music that he made for me. Isn't it good? Isn't it good? Yeah. I'll be right back. Hello. Okay, it seems by the ubiquitous decision of our friends in the chat, it seems we're going to route A because we do know about the two lions devouring the sun, apparently. So that's gonna be exciting. That's exciting. My head hurts a little bit, like not my brain, like physically my skull hurts. And it's very weird. Okay. Your results. And the A. The route A one. So let's go. Thank you, Paul, for showing that the route A one. So yeah, we're going here. Because we have salt. Thank you. I was worried you were broke. Oh no. Because we have the information for the two lions. Huh.
There's no one here.
That computer's been turned on.
Yeah. Maybe Dio and Kay did that.
ID. What the hell is this?
Lion.
Or to like tight braid or ponytail? Like I hadn't watched it all week, so now that I watched it, it's still like sore. I'm gross, I'm sorry. I was like, oh, I should probably wash it after I exercise, and then this week happened and I didn't exercise. Because I am that type of person.
A sun?
It has a couple input fields for user ID and password.
We probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Okay. Why don't you put something in?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues.
Do we only need a password?
This is the director's office after all.
If we only need a
If we turn the place
password,
upside down, we're bound to find something.
if we only need a
Shall we?
password, we can get it. I turned headed towards the bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. I felt compelled to stay, and found myself staring at the screen. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Remember death, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Could this be the ninth lion? Then, maybe. Seems like the username is already in. Yeah! Hopefully it's the username. I was hoping that something would happen, so I took a drink, but nothing happened. We're just seeing the people that died. Ooh. Okay. Those are a couple new deaths that we have. Remember. Hive mind memories, heck yeah. Okay, we do need the ID, but we don't know what the ID is. Or do we? The serial bomb password we have is LXAQNSGDQ. And then the password is milk Evoli. No. Do we have anything? Projection gun, Sigma Scamper. No. Uh-huh. Luminol. Detected. Uh-huh. Okay. Do we not have the user? Or maybe it's backwards. Someone's name. Why? Yeah, okay. These are so many. But maybe